This is incredible to have all these legends out here.
Hey, man, good.
Where the hell have you been?
This really is a big deal for the South African community in Portugal. And if you're not part of the South African community, it's an example of what communities can do on the other side of the world, away from your nation, to bring people together and to experience the camaraderie like never before. So why is this a big deal? Let's go and check out the opening press release and I'll explain to you the whole week and also who these rugby legends are.
It's a big honor to have legends like you guys here. In Cascais we have a big tradition about rugby. We have one of the biggest clubs in Portugal.
Thanks very much. It's a privilege for us to play against you guys. You'll see in the field, okay?
So as we're walking down to lunch, let me tell you a little bit about Cascais. It's a municipality of 200,000 people, just above 200,000 people, living roughly 30 kilometers from the center of Lisbon, which generally takes about 45 minutes by car, depending on traffic. You can check some of the other videos I've made about Cascais, which give a lot more detail. And if you are interested to move, I really recommend those videos. So let's get back to lunch, because we were all really hungry after that press conference.
You know, this is what life's about, doing good things with good people and just,
So what's the one mission of this tour?
Well, it's to cause some impact. It's obviously to cause some impact, bringing rugby and using rugby again to keep it positive. And keep this out of trouble. Keep him out of trouble. Keep him out of trouble. That's the main thing. That's the main thing.
I want you to spend a lot of vacation. I was Dubai.
We got the best YouTuber in the world here with us. Cheers!
So we just finished a fantastic lunch with the legends. I got another legend right here.
Yeah. Back to the hotel.
Back to the hotel.
And at 6 o'clock, we're going to be jumping into the bus and coaching the kids. So that's what we're here.
That's what we're here for.
Ultimately,
Coaching the kids.
Yeah, of course. Just looking after the kids and give it back and make sure that they're happy.
It was pretty amazing sitting down, and there was Toby Flood, who'd been playing for England for, I don't know, 60 times? Yeah, all these guys around me who I was like suddenly started realizing, yeah, I've been watching these guys on the television since I was a kid. Crazy. But let's get to who they all are in a minute. It's just a quick acknowledgement of a great stay in the Pistana Cascais Hotel, so thank you so much to all involved.
With the A2 rugby club in Santon, and we've got a whole bunch of invited kids that are going to come and train a little bit with the legends. So incredible stuff here.
Excellent, that's what it's all about, helping the kids.
That's it.
Yeah, we got a good seat right in front.
You sent me down. You don't send me down.
Good step.
You know, it's amazing that the hotel, I think, is 200 kids here.
Wow.
And it's just special. I mean, you can see the absolute passion for rugby.
Were you surprised how many kids there were? Because there's not that...
Look! I came here 4 or 5 years ago,
right.
and there were a number of kids, and I saw so much talent, which is actually scary. And in actual fact, I was telling the guys earlier on that I saw the little guy with blonde hair 4 years ago. I mean, looking out for him, you could just see so much talent.
I was here last Rugby World Cup, and it was amazing.
Okay.
There's flags
Is
everywhere.
that
People
so?
go crazy. Yeah,
Oh,
they do.
that's great.
They really acknowledge the
Is
fact
that so?
that support.
Brilliant, yeah. No, so I'm very stoked for the whole situation. No, I love it. It's fantastic.
Thanks, Rob.
Okay, thanks,
Really
bro.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you very much. Okay.
Day 2 started peacefully under the stone pines of Quinta golf course. Let's just zoom out here quickly to show you that there are actually 2 golf courses just west of Cascais and a couple further east in Estoril. And this is the one we didn't play. We played Uniria. I didn't play. Don't like golf anymore. But I will play soon. But first, a mission. We have to find this stand. You're going to go straight through? I'm just going to keep on driving here.
How's it?
So what's going on here?
African clippies and coke.
Clippies and coke.
Piece of South Africa, of course.
Ah, did you bring this all the way from South Africa on the plane?
Indeed.
Excellent shot.
You got a little bit of tequila on ice?
Tequila, is that Percy's tequila?
Indeed.
El Centurion. So
Cheers,
guess-
Nick.
Cheers, man. How's the
golf's great.
coke?
Coke's excellent.
Yeah, forget the golf, man. Let's talk about the coke.
Got a nice little twisted.
But let's chat to a couple of these legends, and let's start off with a legend who's not a rugby legend. He is a kayaking legend, actually. He's like a surf ski that we use in South Africa, and he's a 12-time world champion. And he went to the Olympics, he's an Olympian, and his name is Oscar Chalupsky. And it was amazing because I've heard about this guy for a long time. And it was so nice to meet him. So what's the state of play? How's
We
it
are
going?
3 under par, which is not bad after 4 holes. We've got very good players here.
Excellent.
And we're very lucky to be out in this beautiful place with the SA rugby legends.
It's not a
and
bad day for it, eh?
It's a fantastic day for it. There's no wind. The wind will come up later, especially out of Brent's beer drinking mouth.
You play a lot of golf in Portugal, Oscar?
Yeah, but I play in the north, so I play around Porto area. I love it. It's a beautiful place to play golf.
Traditionally very wet, but you disagree, eh?
Yeah, no, it's not. Again, that's what everybody says. I mean, it's not so far. My house is about 200 kilometers as the crow flies up there north.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really. I mean, everybody says that, but I think the weather is very similar. Because we've both got the Atlantic Ocean, both got same wind. It blows all the way through here.
So how's it going?
Great. Listen, it's an unbelievable golf course. Struggling to stay in the fairways.
Yeah.
Just enjoying the entire course, but having lots of fun.
Awesome. So what is it about rugby players? Everybody plays golf, and surfers and all other sportsmen.
Listen, I think it's the challenge. I think the guys love, the competitiveness, playing with each other. Everyone's, you miss that competitive edge when you finish. And golf, you have to play proper if you want to take on the boys. There's some really good golfers. Jandre over here is Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
He's creating 20 shots. No, we're having lots of fun. Listen, it's amazing. You get to meet great guys, and you can actually experience the entire, some great courses in country. And
This is the first time playing golf in Portugal?
yes, first time.
Good luck.
Yeah, thanks.
When did you play for the Springbok?
2012, 2013, played for the Box.
Yeah? How was it?
It was incredible to represent your country, and then after that playing in France, in Racing Metro, and Toulon, and Wales, and England as well. Incredible playing with a bunch of different players, cultures around the world, and enjoying the sport rugby.
And now, so what do you do after rugby? That's the biggest question. I mean, it must be a challenge, huh?
Yes, post rugby a little bit into investments, and I'm fortunate to look after an eye laser clinic in South Africa called eyelaserclinic.co.za, and they do refractive surgery.
Okay.
And they also help people that's blind, which is quite cool to play a massive difference in the community.
Yeah.
And yes, I help doctors to make a difference.
Excellent. That sounds like a beautiful thing. But what about Portugal? I mean, you've been here. I think you told me a couple of times, huh?
Okay.
And
Second time in Portugal,
Yeah.
and it just every time I've come back now, it just impresses me more and more. It's an incredible place, and this golf course Quinta de Marina.
That's it, Quinta de
It's
Marina.
a
Yeah.
very cool golf course. You can see the beautiful view of the water behind us. And yes, the course embraces me, the people. It's a great community. You can just, the feel, the look, and all those things about Portugal is very cool.
What about moving to Portugal? Because a lot of South Africans are moving to Portugal.
Yes, I've heard. There's a lot of people that look to this side of the world, and I'll definitely encourage it. I think it's a great place. Even if it's a second home or a first home, and having being fortunate to travel the world with sport and seeing a lot of different countries and places, it's definitely worth maybe coming to Portugal first. Don't waste your time.
Excellent. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Great.
A long, lovely lunch was put on by the golf course, and obviously everyone bonded and lots of long speeches and everything was fantastic. And then the next morning, Tim showed all the legends around what he's doing. He's redefining education with BGA, the Brave Generation Academy. And it really is a novel approach, and it's going so well. It's fantastic. In the afternoon, there were 2 training sessions, one for the South Africans and a secret training session that I managed to get into with the Barbarians. Good morning. You surf, right?
Yes.
Have you had a wave yet?
No.
There's not much surf on offer at the moment.
No, I don't believe so.
Morning.
Um,
Morning. How's it going?
Good.
Morning, guys.
We never seen you. How are you? How's it, brother? How you are? Sweet.
Morning.
Hello, how are you? You guys good? Yes.
Good morning.
Morning.
How's it going?
Hello, morning.
The Bishop's Voikie.
This is like, when I started looking at the system, you've got all these norms in traditional education. I didn't come from schools like you guys, but our school was also traditional, in its own way. I knew that feeling, and I knew that it worked for some kids. I got that impact, it works for some kids, but not for all kids, right? And this school over here, what we try to do is look at the learner and then adapt to them and start to give them the speed they want to go at, because sometimes you've got learners that are super quick and actually get through a lot of work. Others go slower, but by going slower they're doing better and they're starting to understand the content. When you go through traditional, it's all at the same space. If you fast, if you understand it, you don't, you start getting lost behind. After a while you start giving up, etc., etc. Yeah, then little lessons like you saw, it's like these lessons where they look, watch, read, do a quiz, move on to the next one, etc. They're not competing. In this room you'll have kids from probably the age of 11 through to 19. They're not competing. They open their laptop, they're doing their work, and they actually start to cooperate. They start doing things in the community together. Whenever you want to if you want to do a lesson yourself, you want to go talk to your course manager, the teacher, you can go there. So you've got all the options, to have a little bit of time to go there and not feel like you're interrupting.
Did you go by yourself?
Yeah, we'll go by myself.
Joel, I was just asking you, how do you think Portugal would benefit from this rugby tour? Portugal rugby in particular.
So it's a tough question, that, isn't it? And I don't think there's any immediate benefit, to be quite frank, because I don't think we have any influence on what's happening at the senior levels of rugby. But if we can maybe inspire one or two youngsters to pursue a rugby career, to take it maybe a little more seriously, because after all this is, I would guess, much more of a football playing nation, we could inspire a few guys to take up the game and to spread the word, to grow the game a little bit. Who knows, in 15, 20 years' time, those guys might be internationals and Portugal might be stronger. They might be winning games at the Rugby World Cup instead of being the last team to qualify. So right now I don't see any immediate benefit other than growing the game for the future.
But it is exciting to see Portugal getting into the World Cup for the second time.
It's marvellous, and we want our beautiful sport to be a global sport, and it's slowly getting there. But to be quite frank, it's not been a global sport for the last however many years. And when you go to a Rugby World Cup, there's maybe maybe this year 6 teams who can realistically win the Rugby World Cup. You go to a Soccer World Cup, every single team is capable of winning it, almost every single team. So I think for us that's the great benefit. We can grow the game, that more Portuguese kids are playing rugby, Portugal become a stronger nation, and we do that in every other single rugby playing nation. The game itself benefits, the game itself grows, the audience grows, the money grows, you're able to fund more development. It's like a self-perpetuating model.
Brilliant. Thanks, John.
Pleasure.
Now, it appears that the centre of any South African community around the world is a butcher, because we have these two things called boerewors and biltong. If you don't know what they are, look them up. But they are central to a South African's existence. And this man, Miguel, makes the best boerewors ever in Cascais. So get in touch with him, because he's been all over the place braaiing up a storm.
Miguel,
here.
how's it going, bro?
Hey, mate, good.
Nice to see you, man.
Good.
You're sorting us out with some onions. Oh, it's just onions. Is that it?
No, the boerewors is coming. I've got to get the onions up first so that they're ready. So that when the boerewors comes out, it's just quickly put it all together for you guys for the lunch.
Awesome, I'm looking forward to it. Thanks so much.
Thank you, man. Enjoy it.
He's feeding the Ex Springboks today for lunch, just after they've had a hectic training session in the hot sun on some seriously hot fake grass.
Tim, do you get burry every week?
No, but I get quite a bit, eh, Miguel? I'm a good client there.
Kilos at a time.
Hey, Miguel,
I get kilos and kilos at a time every time.
central to the South African community in Cascais. There you go.
It's important, right? You can't leave South Africa and never get boerewors again.
So, John, how's it going?
Good.
Yeah?
Nice weather. It's 0 degrees this morning in Pretoria. So nice.
How many?
0 degrees in Pretoria.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty warm. I mean, now here it's probably about 33 degrees here.
It feels like 40. Especially when you're training at the tender age of 45.
Yeah, you guys look like you were sweating out there. Huh? It was hot, huh?
It was a world-class 20 minutes. Same training session.
But listen, I wanted to ask you a question all week, actually. How do you think Portugal rugby would benefit from this tour, from the South African Rugby Legends tour?
Well, I think what a tour like this shows is the value that rugby brings to any community. Think about just the makeup of our team, different backgrounds and cultures and the ages. Some guys just finished now, some guys finished a long time ago, like myself. And the fact that we come to different places, Portugal and Cascais being one of them.
And the other place is Bermuda, huh?
Yeah, Bermuda. And back home we sort of move around all the sort of smaller areas as well. And I think the coaching clinics are a big factor. That's the one thing. So that's an immediate direct benefit. I think they get these kids. We had a couple of 8-year-olds, a couple of 100 8-year-olds running around and just like learning basics and then assessing sort of their skill level and then upping the drills and the coaching to suit the kids. So that I think is something that kids will take away. So that is a direct benefit. And I think the other thing it shows is that it creates an interest in rugby. And I think what I love about the Chelsea Legends here in South Africa is that when we travel, like the Portuguese guys have now pulled together and they've got a sort of a veterans team / organisation, and it's purely so that we can give back to the game that gave us so much. So, and that benefits not just for the game back home, but it's the game globally, and hopefully Portugal.
I was chatting to some of the English guys about it, and they don't seem to have an English rugby, so that's got to happen as well. Huh?
Yeah,
You've
absolutely.
got to start inciting this around the world.
Yeah, I think there's a degree of responsibility, and I think we should be obliged to want to plug back into a game that gave us so much. We've got a lot of joy, friendships, relationships. Many have benefited financially, and it's an amazing game that has an impact on your life. So to just leave it behind without trying to grow the game would be selfish.
Awesome. Thanks so much, John. Appreciate it. Very nice to meet you.
I managed to track down the Portugal Barbarians training ground and sort of scoped out a few drone shots. But no, the Portugal Barbarians are basically 90% ex-Portuguese players and Portugal Rugby has actually been has qualified for the Rugby World Cup twice, and this year is the second time. So it's a really exciting point in the Portuguese rugby history. The Portugal Barbarians rugby team have been supplemented by a few English players as well who have jumped in to help out and obviously enjoying the tour with everybody else. I was sharing a room with Mike Diaz, who has played for Portugal in the past and is now on the Portugal Barbarians team. I asked Mike how he was feeling about the game today.
I've not really thought about it yet this morning. I think reality is going to hit once we get into the change rooms, and it's meant to be played. It will be played in a light-hearted way, but once you're on the field, as most rugby players know, you can't really play at 80%. Actually, you get injured most of the time, so a lot of people will go full out, to be honest. But everyone's a lot older, slower, everything else. But I think it should be a good spectacle for most of the crowd, and also the kids. The kids are around there, getting to run around, get access to people that, the sort of access they're going to get today is access that other people that are growing up through rugby or soccer people that would never even get to meet these people. And they're meeting them on the field, getting signatures and pictures with all the kids and stuff. So it's just the access for the supporters is unrivaled.
So it's more about the event than the game, but best of luck for the game. I'll be supporting the other side, so good luck.
Cheers, mate. Thanks, Nick. Ledge.
This is crazy. There's just cars and cars. It's like a rugby game in South Africa. How's it going?
Hey, right, hey. Good.
How's it going, man?
All good?
Good. Joandre and Isabella. Boerewelsrol, €5.
€5.
How's it? Come meet my daughter, Isabella.
Hi, I'm Isabella.
Wow, where the hell have you been? We've been working out with your dad.
I know, I'm
the hell?
with your dog.
You can't be missing this today, eh?
I know, that's why I'm here.
You did well by coming.
We're gonna try to get to
Still? Yeah.
You enjoying yourself?
We're skittering here.
What an amazing day. The South African ambassador was here. There were tons of dignitaries, amazing celebrities from South Africa. And it was just such a well-organized event. Congratulations.
Good game, man. How did it go?
There's two ways of putting this. In the Olympics you get first place gold medal and second place silver. So I'm quite happy with the silver, eh? Hey.
Portuguese beach now?
Yeah, well, chill club, yeah. I'm not surprised. No, it was good. It was good fun.
How was the game, guys?
Good fun.
Good.
A lot of chasing shadows. This guy was my first cap. Pekka was my godfather.
Rugby is not a big game in Portugal, but the point of this video really is to showcase how Tim and his team from BGA and the incredible people from the South African Rugby Legends Association all boosted the South African community in Portugal. It's our duty as expats to help our fellow countrymen to integrate into this beautiful land. So please, drop me a comment below about events that all expat communities in Portugal organize, not just South Africans, everyone. Thanks so much for watching, and there is a rugby game, Portugal versus USA in the Algarve. It'd be lovely if you guys could join us. We'll all get together. We're going to go over there. Americans, Portuguese, everybody. It's all English, South Africans, everyone. Let's get together and watch the rugby together in the Algarve Stadium. Thanks for watching, and look out for next week when we're going to Portimao. A lot of people have said how ugly it is, but it's not. There's so much going on there. AlgarveAddicts.com